apply. Now we go into the next thing. There is one thing more. This is anastomosis. Anastomosis, because Krugel's artery, many a time this Krugel's artery is being asked. This is nothing else but this is an anastomosis between the your left circumflex artery, left circumflex artery, left circumflex artery, and right coronary artery. So this is a so because this anastomosis start with the left, so if you do not have this both these anastomosis and they ask you question, so you will have to write down that the Krugel's artery is a part of left coronary artery. Otherwise this is nothing else but an anastomosis between the left circumflex artery and the right coronary artery. Now we go into the further important portions with respect to the anatomy. Now we will understand where to palpate the portions of the heart. The important portions where there are portions where you need to auscultate. There have been frequent questions being asked, which, for example, where the mitral area lies. What do you put, just the bell or the diaphragm? So I'm trying to make a chart where you will understand whether you have to put a bell or you have to pull a diaphragm, or you will hear it in inspiration and expiration. So try making a chart for yourself. This will also be beneficial for yourself, for you. The first I write the mitral area, where you need to auscultate the mitral area. The mitral area is the fifth intercostal space. Fifth intercostal space. Where fifth intercostal space? This is mid-clavicular line. Fifth intercostal space, mid-clavicular line. Just inside the your apex beat. Now, how do you take it? This is taken only in lying down position. This is taken in lying down position. Okay, and this is the only sound which is measured by bell. Otherwise, all the other sound which I'll be talking will be taken by your diaphragm. Now this is well heard during expiration phase. This is held during expiration. The second will be your tricuspid. Where do you find the tricuspid? The tricuspid is found in the lower end of the sternum near the ensiform cartilage. Lower end of the sternum near the ensiform cartilage, or the fourth intervertebral intercostal space. Fourth intercostal space. So whatever the question, it is lower end of the sternum near the ensiform cartilage, or the fourth intercostal space just next to your sternum. Now how do you take this sound? You take it sitting and leaning forward. So other sounds are taken by sitting and leaning forward. This is taken under your inspiratory phase. This sound is taken under your inspiratory phase. Now the third area which you need to know is your aortic area. You have second right intercostal space. This is again taken sitting and leaning forward. This is taken under the expiratory phase. Now the pulmonary area. The pulmonary is taken under the your left second intercostal space. This is also taken by sitting and leaning forward, but this is taken under inspiratory phase. Each one of them is very important. Now, one important point which is being always asked, most of the time it is known as the Ebbs point. This is nothing else but the third left intercostal space, is third left intercostal space. And the third left intercostal space, this again you hear in expiratory phase. So what is the importance of your Ebbs point? What is the importance of your Ebbs point? The importance of the Ebbs point is because in the cases of aortic regurgitation, aortic incompetence, the sound which is being heard is heard best here. So this is again an important question in terms of Ebbs point, with which disease and how do you do it. So this was about the point where you need to auscultate. There have been questions which have been asked. Now we come down to other important portions.